Now, I wouldn't want to share the stage with the Clintons. Last time that happened, Minnie got hauled out of the Bahamas in handcuffs. Senator Lindsey Graham's on the Environment and Public Works Committee, and he's going to be holding a hearing on the train wreck this week. So any thoughts about Mayor Pete, and are you going to invite him to join you?
Yeah, I'd like him to come and ask some questions. On January the 11th, we had a computer malfunction at the FAA, and every plane in the nation was grounded, the first time since 9/11. February the 3rd, I think it was, we had this train wreck with a bunch of chemical cars exploding on the people of East Palestine. The Secretary of Transportation did not go there until February the 23rd. If a Republican had done what he did, they'd be calling for his resignation. If Trump had not gone to visit the victims of this train wreck, they'd be calling for his impeachment. So the double standard here is just really beyond the pale. I'm not criticizing the Transportation Secretary because of his shoes or his personal life. I am criticizing him because of his leadership. If this is not failure, what would be?
Talk about failure. You just saw a report at the top about these hostages that have just been taken in Mexico. And it doesn't look like the Biden administration even really knows much about it, or they don't really have a plan for it. What would Lindsey Graham do in this situation?
Well, I would follow Bill Barr's advice and get tough on Mexico. It's not just the hostages. Number one, I'd do everything I could to get them back. I'd do what Trump did. I'd put Mexico on notice. If you continue to give safe haven to fentanyl drug dealers, then you're an enemy of the United States. 70 to 100,000 people have died from fentanyl poisoning coming from Mexico and China, and this administration has done nothing about it. So Bill Barr's idea about I'm going to introduce legislation, Jesse, to make certain Mexican drug cartels, foreign terrorist organizations under U.S. law, and set the stage to use military force if necessary to protect America from being poisoned by things coming out of Mexico. So what would Lindsey Graham do? I would tell Mexican government, if you don't clean up your act, we're going to clean it up for you.
All right. Senator Lindsey Graham, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.